Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Polyester here, and it's about that time again. We're going to talk about some rumors and evidence of leaks, and we're going to analyze it. I'm going to throw it out there to you, and you guys can let me know what you think. So apparently data mining the game is a thing, and people use programs to data mine the strings of hex. I don't know what I'm talking. Hex editor. I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know how to do it. And it's also against the user agreement, but people doing it anyway. And they found what they believe to be evidence of the upcoming DLCs. Primarily character names. So where should I start? I guess I'll start with these the photos that they put up of these pack strings. So we got Pack 1, Pack 2. Alright. So apparently in all of this hexadecimal editor, am I saying that right? I don't know. They have notations of character names. So you see where it says Cannibal, Bloodstained Sack, etc., etc. through here. So we know Cannibal is Leatherface. And then on this first one here, come down and it says Kate, Kate. And then the second one, Bloodstained Sack, blah, blah, blah. Sandman, Sandman. Spark Madness, Spark of Madness. Alright, so they believe that the next survivor is going to be named Kate, and the next killer is going to be named the Sandman. And there's numbers here. Let me see if this matches up. Do I have that? Let me look at that. Where's that? This DLC thing here. Is Leatherface on here? Okay. So you see, this is the Steam information of the database of all DLCs that have come through. I just chopped off the most recent ones here. So you see where here on the left where it says Dead by Daylight Leatherface, and they have this number 700280. Well, if you look down here where it says the Cannibal on this Pack 1 string, it says 700280, so that matches up. So we know that this part where it says Cannibal matches that DLC, and Bloodstained Sack on the right here with this 55438 would match that DLC. Spark of Madness matches that DLC, 582600. Okay, right? So where it says Kate, it says 700281, and we know that about a month ago on the Steam database that the Dead by Daylight game was updated with an unknown app matching this number. 700281 is Kate, and then under here for Sandman it says 700282 is this one here. About a month ago, these two apparently were added to the game, and the data miners dug out these corresponding numbers matching the names of these characters. This is my total layman's understanding of the process. I don't know how to do this myself. I'm just presenting the evidence to you in layman terms that I understand. So hopefully what I'm saying makes sense to you. But we know that there were these two upcoming DLCs added to the game. The 15 gig of hexadecimal pack files that are like compressed zips of the whole video game in one that can be extruded and examined. I don't know how it works. Anyway, they've done this and they came up with these names here. So the predominant belief is that Kate is a standalone survivor, just as Leatherface was a standalone killer, and that Kate is coming in this first one, 700281, and then the 700282 is going to be an entire chapter that's coming out, with the killer being called the Sandman. Going to be a new chapter, new map, with a new survivor to go along with Sandman. They believe that Kate doesn't go with Sandman, which seems to make the most sense to me. Alright, so I've presented to you this evidence. Now, I don't know, I haven't pulled apart the strings. I don't know if this stuff actually exists. These string screenshots, for all I know, could be Photoshopped. It would be very easy to Photoshop that. But this is what's out there. I'm taking it at face value and presenting this as legitimate evidence to you. if you're out there and you know how to use a hex editor to open up the game's compressed pack file, I don't recommend you do it because it's against your user agreement. But that's how these people have done it to do the data mining. And you should also know that the people who created the game probably know that there are people out there who data mine it. So even if those are legitimate screenshots, it's entirely plausible that they could have inserted those names in as red herrings, just like a year ago where people dug out Trapple and Detention and the new killer's the teacher, and it wound up when it was abandoned in favor of the nurse, but those strings were still in the game, and people were like, oh, the next killer's the teacher because I found the Trapple and the Detention perk and blah blah blah. Anyway, a year later, I'm still hearing about the Trapple. So those could be inserted as red herrings, just so you know, before we go down this rabbit hole together about what all of this means. They might not be legitimate screenshots, and even if they are legitimate screenshots, they could be red herrings inserted to throw everybody off the track. But assuming that the screenshots are legit and they weren't put in fake, let's explore this. Alright, so Sandman. When we think of Sandman, what do we think of? Sandman, the villain from Spider-Man comic books and the Spider-Man 3 movie? Probably not. I don't really see Marvel Comics allowing one of their supervillains to kill people in a video game. So I think we can rule that one out. What else have we got? We got this guy, Morpheus, from DC Comics, Vertigo comic book line, Sandman, Master of Dreams. I don't think he's like a god. So again, we would same way we went with Anubis working for the entity. Is the god of dreams and sleep going to work for the entity? Probably not. I don't think this particular Sandman character would be a slasher killing adults in the woods, but so I think we can rule that one out. Or is it this cuddly little dude from, what was that, Guardians movie? This little Sandman guy. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, maybe aren't primarily English speakers, Sandman is like a folklore character that helps children sleep, and they wake up with a little crust in their eyes in the morning, and that comes from the Sandman who helped you go to sleep. That's what this character is based on from the movie, the Sandman. I don't think it's going to be him. So now we had Leatherface is called the Cannibal. Everybody has to be called something, right? The something. Michael Myers is the Shape, which, because if you watch the first Halloween movie, he's credited as the Shape in the movie. They don't call him Michael Myers. They call him the Shape. So that one is like spot on. Leatherface, they didn't want to call him the Leatherface or Leatherface. He's the Cannibal. Everybody's the something in the game, right? The doctor, the nurse, the hillbilly, the trapper, etc. So, the Sandman. What character do you think of in horror movies that would fit that profile? Well, it would have to be Freddy Krueger, right? Because he haunts you, kills you in your dreams. Don't fall asleep. Freddy's going to get you. Don't fall asleep. The Sandman. That would seem to be the most logical character that this licensed character anyway that this would come from. They could be doing their own character named Sandman, which would be entirely possible. Is Freddy coming? I don't know. It would be a really big get. It would be a coup for Behaviour and Dead by Daylight to land the Freddy Krueger license. He's arguably a top 3 horror movie character. That would be a big get. What would his powers be? Hard to speculate. Put you to sleep? I don't know. Hard to speculate where Freddy would go with this. To me, Freddy's strength or notoriety comes from, like, he's always delivering the zingers. Like, he's always talking. He's like the Spider-Man, the wisecracking Spider-Man of the horror movies, where he's always got something to say. He doesn't keep his mouth shut. He's not a silent killer. Like, he's always going to say, what a rush, or whatever some of his other catchphrases here. Want to suck face. Bon appetit. Welcome to prime time. No pain, no gain. Like, he's always got something to say when he kills you. Now, would they incorporate that into the game? Maybe for Amori. All of the characters in the game are silent. They don't talk. Would Freddy still be frightening, running around as a silent killer? Sure, visually he's very stunning. Does it really fit his persona to be quiet? Not really for me. And if they were to just record some audio clips every time he hits you, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Would that get stale, hearing the same thing over and over again if he has a one-liner every time he hooks you or smacks you over and over again? Would that get old? I don't know. I'd have to experience it to see. But to me, part of the allure of Freddy is the smack talk that he gives when he's delivering the death blows. So I don't know how he really fits into our silent killer world of Dead by Daylight. I'd have to see. This, assuming all this is going forward, have to see what it would be like. And then, okay, so some people thought that the Kate would be connected to Freddy, and I looked, and there aren't any Kates in Freddy's lore. There is Catherine Krueger from the final, what was supposed to be the final Nightmare, Freddy Dies movie. What's it called? Freddy Dies. Freddy's Dead, the final Nightmare from 1991. He has a secret daughter in that movie named Maggie Burroughs, but her birth name was Catherine Krueger, and it was changed when she was adopted. So some people think that this is Kate, and it would be Kate and Freddy. Possibly, but she doesn't go by Kate. Even Freddy doesn't call her Kate in the movie, as far as I have seen. He calls her Catherine, and then he calls her Princess and other things. He doesn't really refer to her by name other than Catherine. So, and she doesn't self-identify as Kate, so I don't know why she would use that name in the game. You would think it would be Maggie. But anyway, that's my take on that. And I think because they're the two different DLCs, that they aren't connected, and Kate is going to be something separate than the Sandman chapter. And I'm assuming, let's say it is Freddy as the Sandman, that the corresponding character to go with Freddy would be Nancy Thompson. She's in A Nightmare from Elm Street 1 and 3. There's lovely Freddy having turned the telephone into his tongue and licking on her face. And, some people argue that she's the best final girl of all time. I don't know if I agree with that. But she's like a memorable top tier final girl from movie franchises for sure. So if you have Freddy, and for my money, it's got to be Nancy Thompson to go along with her. So we'll see what happens. I did have something else here to strengthen this, strengthen the evidence of these pack files. So these pack files that say Kate here, somebody went further and they even decoded the sounds from the game, and they found, I think, about 30 different sounds for Kate, and they actually listened to the sounds and said that she sounds like a middle-aged woman. I'm not really sure how you can listen to someone's voice in the screams and determine that they're a middle-aged woman, but they said they listened to the sounds and Kate sounds like a middle-aged woman to them. So, and then they linked this screenshot of all of Kate's sounds, which you could see here at the top. It says, edit survivor female number 6, which this would be the 6th female survivor, because we had Meg Claudette, Nia, Lori, Min, and now Kate would be the 6th. And they pulled this apart from the pack here, and these are all of her sounds. Kate hooked, Kate injured, Kate falling, all of the different sounds that she would have for the game. So that kind of strengthens the evidence that there is a Kate in the game, because they pulled all this out of the pack file the same way they found the strings. So that's what I've got for you as far as, is Freddy Krueger coming? I don't know. But if there is a Sandman in my mind, if you want to talk about who fits the bill for horror genre as the Sandman, that you would call him the Sandman, it's got to be Freddy. I think it would be amazing if Freddy came this Halloween, and we'll just have to wait and see. My gut feeling has always been telling me that we had something else coming around Halloween. This would be a huge get if they get him. If they have him. I mean, they would have to have him already. I don't expect that they would give us many hints leading up to this, because usually these licensed things are very close to the vest. They don't respond to them. Like even the Leatherface, we didn't know until the day that he was coming out, right? So we had very little advance warning, other than that one teaser, what is your mask made out of? That was a couple days before they revealed, like, Leatherface's mask is made out of you. So I don't expect we're gonna get any word from the devs if this is legitimate or not until it's on us, whenever it would be. Middle of October, maybe a month away, who knows. I hope it's coming. I think Freddy would be it would just strengthen the game, because Freddy's got a lot of fans out there and would draw them into the game, draw them into our game world. Dead by Daylight's done a wonderful job. Even if the Sandman winds up being their own creation and something different, I'll happily purchase that DLC if there's another one coming out in October, their own character that they've decided to call Sandman. But my gut, I feel like something else is coming for Halloween. I don't know. We'll have to see what develops. I was hesitant to even bring this to you guys, because I don't want to, I want you guys to be excited and surprised. But, like, I've had people ringing me up on Steam saying, hey, do you know about this? Do you know about this? And I have known about this for about 3 days. And I debated whether or not to bring this to you, because, I don't want to be the spoiler guy. I don't want to take away DBD's own press notices. But people are talking about it and it's out there. So I thought, as a Dead by Daylight investigative reporter, it was my duty to bring this to you. I don't know. I know people want to know about it. I'm sorry to anybody. If this happens to be it, and if this is a spoiler in some way and it upsets you, I'm sorry about that. I know DBD crew has done like an amazing job on this game, and to get these licenses for us, and Leatherface, I'm really enjoying it. I play Survivor main, and I really enjoy facing off against Leatherface. And Myers is just an amazing character. I got, should I show you guys that? I got Tombstone by Myers for the first time the other day in the basement, and it was a thing of beauty, and it just really made me appreciate the game. So I have mixed feelings about bringing this information to you guys, if it is spoilery in any way. But, I'm excited about the prospects and the anticipation of more DLC, and watching the game continue to grow and playing it all together. And like I said, the information is out there on many forums, so I thought I would just bring it to you and let you guys talk about it and decide. And maybe it'll get your juices flowing, and you can get more people excited about the game, spreading the word. And if we get out ahead of it before it comes out and they're all ready to jump in once it's released, assuming all this is true, then maybe it's for the betterment of the community that I'm doing a video like this. I don't know. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about it, but I know people want to know about it, so I'm delivering it to you. Anyway, that's what I've got. That's my analysis of the evidence of the leak. And there's something there. I don't know what it is. I think for sure we can say there's a Kate in our future. Oh, I meant to put like a Kate Middleton picture up here and say Kate's coming as the new survivor. Oh, but anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be good to each other. We'll see you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.